Hi everybody, I'm Kate Dudley, the Communications Manager here at Hope for the Warriors. Thank you for committing to 30 minutes of activity for 30 days to honor and remember our brave men and women who sacrificed everything for our country. Throughout this challenge, our Hope staff is here to help you with simple workouts and movements to get you through these 30 days. For this video, we've teamed up with Warrior Strong, an organization that provides health and wellness resources for veterans, first responders, active duty service members, and their families. Thank you, Warrior Strong, for letting us use this video for our playlist. Enjoy.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing? You already know who we are. Thank you for being here with us today.
Today we are introducing a new program that we're going to be offering. Today is the first video in a series of videos for adaptive yoga. So if you have some mobility issues, stay tuned for the rest of this series where we're going to go through and we're going to find yoga poses that will help with you and your situation. Yoga is really good, especially if you're used to doing a lot of your movement in this range of motion. We're going to stretch muscles that probably haven't been stretched before. We're going to do some poses that you might not be familiar with that will help facilitate mobility and enhance the flexibility that you have already. What you want to do is you're going to want to lock your wheels or find some way to keep yourself stable. And to start, you're just going to find a comfortable position, leaning into the chair, resting your hands on any handrails if you have them, putting them in your lap, on your knees, wherever you're comfortable. Letting your eyelids fall heavy and bringing your focus to your breathing. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 4, pausing at the top, and breathing out through your nose for a count of 5. You want your breath to come through the back of your throat. On your exhales, so your exhales will be audible. With your eyelids still closed, on your next inhale, circle sweep your arms up, bring the palms together, exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Just start coming into the space you prepared for yourself this morning for your practice. If you have an intention you'd like to set for yourself here this morning, this afternoon, this evening, feel free to do so now. With your hands still pressed together, on your next inhale, bring the hands up. Take your gaze out past the thumbs and just let the air expand your lungs. Stretch your diaphragm. Just begin to waken up the shoulders. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down along beside you. Place the hands in the lap. We're just going to do some shoulder rotations. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward and then up to the ears. Exhaling, pressing the shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Now reverse. Inhale, bring the shoulder blades together, up towards the ears. Exhale, rounding the shoulders forward. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Shake it out. Make any adjustments to the shoulders that you feel you need to. And once you've done that, bring your left hand out in front. With your opposite hand. Mirror. So, yeah. Take your right hand and use the right hand to gently stretch the underside of the forearms. next inhale, flip the fingertips up, take the right hand and press the fingertips in to the opposite hand. You want to create tension here. You should feel a little bit of force exertion on the upper part of the forearm. One more breath in, and then relax. Make small circular movements with the left wrist. Open and close the hand, whatever feels right for you. Bring the right hand out in front, palm face up, and then use the left hand to point the fingertips down and stretch the underside of the right forearm. Remember to breathe. Next inhale, release the hold, point the fingertips up. Exhale, press into the opposite hand. Again, repeating that motion we did on the left hand. Go ahead, relax. Make those small circular movements with the wrist. Open and close the hand. We're going to do some hand work here. We're going to start by taking the left hand, bring it out in front, using the right hand to grab onto the thumb, bracing against the back of the thumb. We're not trying to break it here. We're just simply trying to stretch that pad that runs on the bottom of the thumb.
Okay. I need some,
No? Okay. So if it's hard for you to do it this way with this hand, take your hand, place it on your knee, and just press down, just like that. You should feel the stretch here on the pad, especially if you're grabbing onto the wheels a lot. This is going to help reverse that motion. And then relax.
So a lot of people in wheelchairs have like carpal tunnel. So some of this hand stuff is like great, and I think that's a good like to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
You know, the hands and the shoulders are a big stress point.
Because you're moving in this range.
Like this hurts. Like it feels good. Hurt.
Yeah.
Like you know the good pain.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that one, but I can get this one.
Okay. Yeah, so let's relax, and we're going to do the same thing. So if you can do the grab behind, go ahead and do that. Or again, if you need to, place it on your armrest or your leg and just press down, letting the thumb come past the plane. Again, you want to feel that stretch here in the pad. And then go ahead and release. Bring the hands to the knees or to the armrest, palms face up. If you have a stress ball, this would be perfect for this. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to clench the hands. You're going to make your fists as tight as possible. And then you're going to open and release. Clench the fists, open and release. Clench, open and release. One more time, and this time hold it, and I want you to make that fist as hard as you can. You should start feeling and seeing the blood leaving your fingers as you exert your force on your grip. And one more breath. Exhale, relax, wiggle the fingers, open and close the hands. Now we're going to work on strengthening the fingers. Now, the best way to do this is to do it on a table with your hands out in front. But if you don't have access to that, you're going to bring your hands down. You're going to place your thumbs around your feet, and you're going to tap your fingers. And what we're doing is we're strengthening the tendons on the top of the hand to offset some of that motion that you use when you're pushing your chair. You should start to feel a little bit of burning and cramping in the upper part of your forearms. We're just going to keep doing this for a couple more breaths. And one more deep breath in. And relax. Right, you can feel that. Yeah.
Just a little exercise.
A little bit of exercise is going to help strengthen the tendons that come up the back of the hand, up into the forearm, connecting to the muscles there. Because most of your main range of motion is this way, we want to reverse that, and we want to bring some tension into the muscles on the opposite side of the arm. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the right hand out to the side. And we're going to just do some internal, external rotations. So turn the hand so the thumb is facing up, then exhale so that the thumb is facing down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, and this time hold it. You might feel a stretch in the bicep here. You definitely feel one in the muscles here along the forearm, especially if you're actually trying to exert force on it, like you're trying to push something down with your thumb. Take one deep breath in, exhale, relax, bring that hand back to the knee. Do the same thing the opposite side, so stretch the left arm out long, and then exhale, point the thumb down, inhale up, good, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, and hold it. Like I said, you're trying to force something away from you with your thumb. That's the motion that you're looking for. That's the force that you're trying to feel. Take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, relax.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Because I'm using my core too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my core when I brace, so
Yeah.
it's actually pretty good.
Good. And that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for movement. We want to get the body moving in the range of motion that you have.
Yeah.
Staying stagnant might feel good in the moment, but in the long run, you're going to encounter other problems. Like you mentioned before, sometimes carpal tunnel becomes an issue, especially if you're moving in this motion again.
Definitely.
So what we want to do is we want to reverse that motion. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to stand and make sure that Kenny has the correct form here. You're going to bring one arm behind you, and you're going to reach back as far as you can with that arm.
Which one?
We're going to start with the right arm.
Okay.
Turn the thumb down, and then reach behind you as far as your body will let you, and you're going to hold here. And then you're going to bring the arm up slightly until you start to feel pressure and tension in the front head of the shoulder. So from the side, it's going to look like this. In the seated position, whoop, if I don't fall through my chair, it's going to look like this. You're going to feel tension in your shoulder blades, a little bit of your traps, but mostly in the front head of your shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax, bring that hand back to the lap. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Start off by bringing the arm out to the side, turn the thumb down, and then bring the arm behind you, rotating through the shoulder, and then lifting the arm up as much as your body will let you. Again, we're not trying to force anything here. Once you start to feel that tension, that little bit of pressure in the front shoulder, that's where you want to stop. The whole purpose of this is to stretch the arm, not injure. Good. One more breath in. Exhale and relax. We're going to work on we're going to work our way down the arms. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring that right arm back out. And you're going to flex and make a bicep. You're going to exhale, open the hands, inhale, flex and make a bicep. Exhale, extend. Inhale, make a bicep. Exhale, extend. We're going to do it one more time, inhaling, and then we're going to hold. And give me your best Arnold impersonation if you want to. And then relax. Bring the hand back down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Arm straight out, palm open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Exhale, extend. Inhale and curl. And I really want you to force that bicep. I want you to feel that bicep muscle contracting almost to the point where it starts to get sore. Take a deep breath in, exhale, relax, bring the hand back down. We'll do the same thing with the triceps. Bring the right hand right down next to you, and we're just gonna flex the tricep muscle. Make a fist as you do, pressing back with the hand, so your arm will be in line with the body, but the lower part of your arm is gonna extend past that, so that way you make a tricep muscle. Relax and extend. Relax and extend. One more, relax, extend and hold. Good. Notice that his arm is straight, it was straight down, but once he activates the tricep, the arm is going to come back a little bit. That's perfectly fine, that's what we're looking for. You want to feel that tension in the muscle, relax. Now we'll do it on the other side. Bring the hand down next to you, and then make that tricep muscle. Relax, extend, relax, extend, relax, extend and hold. Good, you should feel a little bit of heat building in that muscle. That'll let you know that you're doing it right. It'll let you know that you're activating the muscle fibers. Go ahead and relax, bring the hands back to the mat. Next we're gonna work on shoulder and back, and maybe a little bit of chest when we do our back. Let's start by bringing the arms up to cactus arms, which is the upper arm in line with the shoulder, and the palms pointed up. Now we're gonna do this slow. It's gonna seem like a normal shoulder press, but the way that we're gonna activate the muscles is by keeping them in this position a little bit longer than you normally would. By now, if you're doing this with us, you might start to feel a little bit of burn building in the shoulders, maybe in your core. And what we're gonna do is inhale for a count of 4, pause with that breath, and then exhale. Slowly come all the way down past that initial point. You wanna really stretch the upper part of your chest here. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, slow back down. Stretch the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Do 2 more. I'm going to turn and face you. Inhale up. Exhale down. You'll notice that as I'm bringing the arms down, I'm also activating the muscles in my upper back, squeezing my shoulder blades together on this lower part of range of motion. Inhaling up, my shoulder blades are still squeezing together. And exhale, come down, shoulder blades are still squeezing together, coming into that deeper chest stretch. 1 more, inhale up. And exhale down. We're gonna hold it here on this exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. One more breath. Exhale, relax. You feel maybe a little bit of tightness in your back muscles now, and maybe even a little bit in your abdominal wall from sitting straight up out of your hips. Next, we're gonna bring the left arm out in front, coming straight out of the shoulder. We're gonna inhale, and we're gonna work on some range of mobility. Bring the arm all the way up. Exhale, bring the hand all the way down in between the legs. Inhaling up. Using the shoulder blades to bring the arm up. Exhale down, and using the shoulder blades to control the arm. We're trying to limit the motion coming out of the shoulder as much as possible. So when you come up, you should feel tightness in that shoulder blade. Exhale, come down. Do 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now for the right side. Bring the right hand out in front. And then inhale up. Squeezing the shoulder blade. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale down. Shake the shoulders out. And now we're going to combine both arms. We're going to do them both at the same time, which is going to throw your stability off a little bit. So you want to focus on keeping the abdominal wall nice and tight, pushing out against the abs as opposed to bringing it in. This is going to provide better stability for you. Inhale, bring the arms up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale up. And exhale down.
If you're like myself, you can't get your hands in between your legs. You could probably just go on the outside. For me, it's a little bit difficult to go in there with my shoulders. So I'm just going on the outside of the chair, the wheelchair.
And then it's a perfectly fine range of motion. What we're trying to do here is activate shoulder blade muscles. Inhale up, and this time hold it. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. And then reach the left hand across the body for the right shoulder. And do the same thing with the other hand. You want to give yourself a big hug. You want to round through the upper back. So if you notice how my shoulder blades are coming forward, my upper back is rounded. We just squeezed all those back muscles together, so now we want to reverse that, make sure we don't give ourselves any cramps. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, release, let go. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to work on some chest. This is really going to be a lot easier if you have a back that you're on. If you're in a chair without a back, there's a couple variations that you can do. I'm going to take my hand, starting with my left hand, I'm going to bring it behind me, and then I'm going to turn my body away from that hand to open the muscles in my chest. So if you can hook your arm on the back of yours, same thing, even if your arm is like this and you're hooked around the handles.
Like that?
Yep, you're going to turn your body away, allowing the front head of the shoulder to stretch, the pectoralis major, stretch across the chest, and you'll feel tightness here connecting to the chest. You're just stretching it.
See where I can get it.
Yeah. If you have to play around and move and adjust your hands, or wherever you can put your hands to feel that stretch across the chest. You notice how, yep, stay right there, you're good. You notice how his body is turned away from the stretch a little bit, but pointed and oriented towards the arm he's working on. So this part of my body is facing this way, but I'm actively trying to move the body away from the area that I'm stretching. Go ahead and relax. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Grab onto wherever you're going to feel that stretch. If it's lower for you, that's okay. If it's higher where the handles are, that's okay too. And then you're just going to pull that body away from that arm, opening up the chest muscle again. One more breath. And relax. You can also have somebody assist you with this. If you happen to have a caregiver, they can come up, they can take your arm, you can bring your arm out, place their hand on top of your shoulder, and then gently pull the arm back until you tell them to stop. Their hand on your shoulder is to brace you as they gently bring the arm back until you tell them to stop. Good. Take one more breath here, breathe in, and exhale, and then relax. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to work on bringing the chest muscles together. It's going to look a little goofy, but you're going to bring your arms up. You're going to bring your palms towards your shoulders, and then you're going to squeeze your elbows together. And then relax. Squeeze and relax. Two more. Squeeze and relax. Last one, squeeze and hold. One more breath. And relax. The last thing we're going to work on is the bottom of the chest. Are you locked in?
Yep.
Okay, so for me, it's going to be a little bit harder because I don't have any handles. You want to position yourself so that way you have stability, because you're going to put some pressure on your arms, and you're going to just lift out of the chair just a little bit, just enough to activate the chest muscles and enough to activate the shoulders. So whatever you got to do that, you got to position yourself in a certain way. That's fine. Keep the head up, keep the chest pointed out. Might feel some shaking in your arms. And then exhale, relax. And that is a little bit of an introduction to the movement, getting used to activating different muscle groups than you're normally used to. And as we progress in this series, we're going to introduce you to some more variations both in the chair and out of the chair. How did you feel after that?
Great, thanks for the stretch.
Yeah.
Activated a lot of muscles that I normally don't use, and I was able to stretch out, most importantly, my hands. My hands work very hard, and most importantly, my thumb. So the stretch that we did here was amazing, so I highly recommend it. So I recommend you guys trying something new and seeing what works for you, what's comfortable. If you can't do the things by yourself, make sure you have someone there to be able to assist you, not only to make sure you do it correctly, but for safety reasons. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for hanging out with us today.
We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Great work today. Another 30 minutes in the books. Keep pushing yourself, keep showing up, and keep honoring our heroes with every rep, stretch, and step. If you need more ideas, there are a ton of options there on that 30 by 30 playlist on YouTube. And as always, we want to see your activity. Tag Hope for the Warriors and use the hashtag Hope30by30 to show how you are moving with purpose today.